This is Marvel Age Star Wars. My name is Sean. I'm here with Brooks.
Hello, everyone. Great news. We're back to Luke.
We finally get to find out what happened in his perilous mission, and according to the cover, which cannot always be trusted, apparently he's fighting a giant snake.
On craft of some kind of...
I'm assuming he
boat?
crash landed. Like I said, you're going to find...
That's not the ship he was in, though.
This is probably the escape pod from the ship. Luke crashes all the time. It's what happens when you hire a pilot who's never flown a spaceship and you keep giving him spaceships.
So he ejects in an escape pod, crashes into an ocean, climbs out onto the top for some reason, just in time for a giant sea serpent to
Like
attack.
a space cobra.
See, he's like, into the ship! My blaster's not stopping this thing! Well, why did you get out of the ship?
Where's your lightsaber? Come on,
Look at this water.
Come across, Luke. Even Han was using a lightsaber in the last issue.
That's a weird little blaster he's holding. The barrel's weird. It's got these little fins coming off of it. I don't know what's up with that.
I think this might be Gil Kane on this cover. I have to look it up. This kind of has the look of Gil Kane a little bit. So I got to check it out.
Well, that's cool.
And C-3PO's chest is on backwards somehow, and he looks like he's wearing a thong.
Oh, gosh. I didn't see that. Thanks for putting that image into my mind.
Either way.
Look at that wave,
nice.
Man. There's no way R2 doesn't fly right off that thing.
Well, I'm going to assume that R2 has magnet boots. I mean, he can go fly on the whole of a spaceship without flying off.
Yeah, but we don't know that at this point. We got to remember, we're in, 78 here?
Well, I'm not talking canon. I'm just talking that's what I figure.
Well, then 3PO will fly off. The fate of Luke Skywalker.
Finally. So here we go. Cool. This begins the era of Carmine Infantino art, and I'm so excited because look at that spaceship. Just look at the weird details. Like he just makes Star Wars his own, and I love it.
It's closer to what the Falcon looked like than the Falcon we saw in issue 7, I think it was.
But
That one was just completely wrong.
Cool details in here, and Terry Austin is inking, and he's a really solid inker, so that's good. This also begins Archie Goodwin as a writer, and he's one of the great comic writers of Star Wars comics from this era. Between this series, which he wrote a lot of in the early days, and then later on he wrote like the seminal run of the comic strip, which I hope we get a chance to cover.
Star Search.
Yeah,
was that
really? Yeah. Did you guys coin that, or are you being funny?
Yeah, because that show hadn't come out by this point. The show that...
I assume Star Search was like the early to mid 80s, right? I mean,
yeah, so that was way after this. There was a show for the people that are young out there called Star Search, and they would have comedians and singers and dancers and
supposedly
just
regular people trying to get their break, but I mean they were semi-professionals, like Sinbad.
It was a talent finding kind of thing.
Do we have to explain who Sinbad is? Like, I don't know how deep this hole has to go.
Well, I think like Britney Spears was on there when she was a kid.
Can do anything, oh, anything.
There were a couple people that made it later on.
You may recognize Sinbad from the Mandela Effect conspiracy theory.
Oh,
you young people.
Kazam or whatever it is.
Shazam, according to the Mandela Effect.
No, Shazam was the movie, the DC movie, the actual movie.
Yeah, but
Kazam was the one with Shaq.
Yes, that was the real movie. But
and that's what they thought that he was in a Sinbad movie.
Well, they thought the movie was called Shazam.
Oh,
with an SH.
Okay, my bad. Well, anyway, you know what I loved about Star Search? The spokesmodel competition. Like, what a weird thing. I'm a spokesmodel. One of those girls got famous for being dating the guy from, was it Poison, I think? No,
Bret Michaels?
Warrant.
Uh-huh.
The cherry pie girl. She's
Tawny
in the
Katane?
cherry pie video.
Tawny Katane.
No, that's not Tawny Katane. She's in the White Snake video.
I thought she
This
was
is
in the
the-
cherry. Oh, no, I know who you... Yeah,
This girl's called, I think her name was Bobby Brown. And the only reason I remember that is because it's Bobby Brown, like the singer. You know, I'm not trying to sound like a weirdo who keeps up with 80s spokesmodels. Anyway.
No shame in it. All right, the planet is called Aduba 3, so this is taking place immediately after they got back to wherever. It is a backwater world, one of the many on the galactic rim, which I appreciate because that, like, you don't hear people talking about rim worlds too much in the days before the role playing game. But it is true that those outer planets, like Tatooine, was a rim world.
But is Yavin a rim world? Because we keep establishing, and they're not mentioning this, he can't
didn't
have
get
gone
too
far
far.
from Yavin. He never went to hyperspace. He can't be that far.
I would assume the Yavin has to be pretty far out though, because they were hiding. So it tracks
okay.
if it is.
All right. I'll take that.
It's like Hoth. When they went to Hoth, they're like, no one will find us here. Like, they found you immediately. We're terrible at this. We should have a different plan. Maybe a sort of decentralized system. We seem to be best when we split up and rendezvous in places, and not where we cluster together and make bases. I don't know if
Yeah,
we
they
should
should
learn
just
from
have-
that or not, but I guess we
Just,
won't.
just stay in your fleet.
Yeah, why do we have to have a base? These things are all self-sustaining. These giant ships.
Why did Han land there? He's like, we're gonna live here for a while. Like,
Live on
didn't
Aduba
he-
3 for a while.
And then
Till we
he's
get
just,
on our
he
feet.
did one mission. He got like enough money to take off, I guess. Enough money to buy gas to get off the
I
planet.
guess that was the plan.
I don't know
I just
what
need
it
a
is.
shirt.
Anyway.
He was just saving up for one new shirt. Too
All
poor
right.
and too distant for the Empire's interests. So yeah, it tracks that a place like this would be close to Yavin, because it's the same thing. You know, we're trying to avoid any Imperial entanglements.
So he's leaving. He's not going back to the rebellion, even though he now has no purpose, because his purpose was to pay off the debt
Yeah,
with
so,
the money he got
So
from
now
the
his
rebellion.
purpose is just to go make more money. I guess a bag of coins at a time.
one cyborg at a time.
I always loved that they were calling Darth Vader a Sith Lord, because that's, you know, that goes all the way back to the beginning. And when you were a kid, you were like, what is that? Lord of the Sith? What could that mean?
That's true. That was true all the way up through the entire original trilogy. They never say anything about what the Sith is.
They didn't reveal until around the time of the prequels that the Sith, and it was before the prequels, because it was actually in the Dark Horse comics that they revealed that the Sith was just the dark counterpart to the Jedi. That's what the evil Jedi were called, were Sith. We didn't know that. We didn't know what it was. It was like the Knights of Ren, except it paid off.
It's one of those things though that in my mind was cooler before you find out what it was.
Well,
just like the Clone Wars and
that's
all
a
the
good
other things.
lesson, because kids who grew up with the prequels didn't have a problem with that. Like, I think when you spend your childhood with a mystery, like in a way, I know we talked a little bit about Last Jedi, so we won't dedicate much time to it, but in a way, that's something I appreciate about The Last Jedi. It's like, when you sit on a mystery too long, it just gets built up too big in your head, and then nothing can satisfy it. So I like when someone just comes around and says, the mystery doesn't matter, don't worry about it. Like, immediately following. Like, don't get your head wrapped around that. That's just a road to heartbreak. Like, oh, and by the way, the Knights of Ren aren't going to be anything.
Better say goodbye while you can, Chewie. I'm computing for the jump to hyperspace.
Finally.
Yeah, why would Chewie care to say goodbye? That hunk of rock and sand wasn't much, but it was home. It was sweet home for a little while.
Couple of
like
days.
2 days. When you've had a price in your head like we do, that's as much as you can expect of any place.
Now he's kind of like
Grouk.
Han
It's not
reminisces.
Gronk anymore. It's
Now he
Grouk.
grouks. Yeah, new rider, new rules. Han tends to reminisce about things that exactly just happened. Remember all those crazy people we just met?
But what's weird about this is what happened in the last issue probably doesn't have any bearing on this issue. So if you missed the last issue, you don't need to know all this. You just need to know that he's leaving a planet, right?
It matters nothing at all for him to throw back to.
Now, when he did it in the previous issues, that was part of a story arc. So kind of if you picked up the third part of the story without reading the first two, it's helpful to have a little
Yeah, because it's an ongoing
summary.
storyline. This is like,
But this is
could
not.
happen directly.
So why do we
after the
need
movie,
to
and who
remember
cares?
Jackson and Don
Why
Quixote
does
and
Don Juan
Hedgie?
Quixote have a conductor's wand?
He's got a little magic wand there. It's like conducting an orchestra.
Yeah, that's weird.
So we don't need to remember all those guys? Oh no, not we're even remembering when the robot dies.
At least, because they didn't even pay any attention to that when it happened in the story. Archie Goodwin, I think, is more sentimental than Roy Thomas. So let's take a minute.
Maybe someday us survivors will team up again. You called them space freaks the whole time you fought with them.
You hated them.
But for now, I figure rather than running from one rim world to the next, we might as well take our chances rejoining Luke and Leia. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I'm glad he's thinking that. Vorp?
Vorp?
Chewie's got this hairline thing going on here.
Yeah, he's very
Is that just the way they colored it, or
no? It looks pretty straight across, very bowl cut looking.
Like, has he shaved his face?
The coloring doesn't help. Look at this next one where he just has a patch of different color. Like they phone in the coloring.
Looks like he's got a mustache over his purple lips. Yeah, they should have just colored that whole thing that color.
For real.
That's really weird
If
looking.
you don't care about your craft already.
Don't let a few good deeds make you think I'm going soft. It's strategy, that's all. I'm not about to lose my standing as a mercenary. So he's officially just turning into... I thought he was a smuggler.
I know. It's like in our world, if someone was like a trucker, but they just referred to themselves as a soldier of fortune. It's like it's not the same thing exactly, you know. Even if you were like a trucker that was also a drug runner, you wouldn't be like, but I'm also a contract killer. Like, that's not, they're two different things.
He's like the Patrick Swayze truck driving movie. What was that?
Black Dog.
Yeah.
I did not see Black Dog.
Oh, that's funny because that's what they say in the movies. Like, you ever see the Black Dog? Because it's some kind of trucking thing.
Yeah.
About having a hallucination of a dog. Anyway,
I've seen the Black Dog when I was driving. That I have seen, but I have not seen the Black Dog movie.
But it's fun because it's kind of got that Roadhouse ridiculousness to it, where he's like, punching everyone out and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Dancing is fighting.
He could call himself a mercenary. Oh, dropping back to sublight. That was quick.
Man,
does it say later or something?
I guess until ... I guess.
So this time they're going to Yavin and they are using light hyperspace. So maybe they just didn't show them doing that before.
I guess. I think our theory may pan out where Chewie just flipped it on. It's like, whatever, dude.
But if Imperial forces have shown up there again, we won't help by popping up right in the middle of them.
Which we apparently do.
Yep. Is that the same ship from before?
It's gonna be
the
pirate
ship?
Jack again. Damn it, Solo.
It really
Did you
looks
not
like
even
Crimson
take a
Jack.
different route?
It really looks like that
Oh,
ship.
it is too. Like, that's, oh my god, it's Crimson Jack, the one who stole our treasure.
He's already taken everything. What more could he want?
I'm terrible.
He's like, we heard that you made a small bag of coins in the last planet.
Give me your
Go
coins.
Fork that over.
God, come on, Crimson Jack. It can't be worth your while to run that giant cruiser if all you're doing is just robbing me. I can barely run my own ship on what I make.
He must have planted some kind of tracer on the first time he grabbed us. In Star Wars, he's like, not this ship, sister.
I mean, it
but
happens
here
all
he's
the
just
time.
straight up like, yep, he did.
And in Force Awakens, he's just like, yeah, it's totally low jack. That's how I find it. Because I never even know where I left it.
There's his warning shot. Shut her down, Chewie. I've got an idea.
Tractor beams all the Millennium Falcon in. Like, damn it, Crimson Jack.
Man, look how big Crimson Jack's ship is. I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah, well, it's like a mid-size Imperial cruiser. It's not like a Star Destroyer size, but it's big enough to suck up the Falcon.
How big is his little pirate crew? Big enough to man that place?
I guess he's got like a dozen guys who just watch the hangar. He can allocate a dozen people just to capture Han Solo. So I guess resource, like, that's not his problem.
My little playmate Jolly. You know, we need to talk about the way they're talking about women in these early issues here.
Yeah, it's bad enough. Like, the way women dress is fine because the men are never wearing pants either. But you could be more respectful in tone.
She said I'd wasted my tracer. You'd never be stupid enough to stray into my sector again.
Yeah, that should have been true.
This time he's come empty-handed, Captain. There's nothing here to buy the lives of him and that hulking furball.
I haven't gone 2 days.
Don't they want his ship? I mean, I thought the ship was valuable.
Yeah, wouldn't you just at this point? Like, there's nothing there.
Even Greedo was like, maybe he'll just take your ship, implying the ship had value.
Yeah. Which, of course, it would have. It's the only valuable thing he owns. But it turns out, wah wah, they also have Princess Leia.
What? Whoa! Wait. What?
How long did it take us to get off of Duba 3?
And Han is planning to steal their ship. The rebels could use a cruiser like this.
I like
I'm going to play
his
on his
attitude.
greed to bring them right to them.
This is Obi-Wan Kenobi thinking when they get captured by the Death Star. He's like, this is a good opportunity for us to help the rebel plan. It's like, man, I like the way your head works. Most people would be worried about ourselves. But you're like, let's go ahead. I'll go take care of the tractor beam, and you take care of the whatever you find.
But Han's over here saying we'll probably get rewarded all over again.
And I'll bring it right back here.
And Crimson Jack will steal it again.
Crimson Jack will come at me in a tiny freighter because that's all he's left.
Uh-oh, I see it, but I don't believe it. Don't jump to conclusions, Chewie. What? What conclusions?
Is Chewie's like distrustful that she's with him? Isn't she clearly in chains? I love these eyebrows. Look at this Infantino art. That's a good looking Chewie.
Yeah.
Look how like angular everyone is. It's just,
like Leia's eyebrows are super pointy.
I love his art style.
Still an ever... Well, you got to do this voice. He's the Scottish guy.
Still an ever ready. I don't know if I have the saliva to do it. Ever ready eye for the ladies, eh, Solo? Even with your tail in a sling. Well, this is a special one, all right. Princess and senator, no less. There's no senate anymore, though, so whatever. And rebel. Like, those three things together don't add value. The last one takes away value. The Alliance will pay a small ransom for us. Yeah. Because they're made... Whoa, look at Chewbacca. He looks like an orangutan back there.
His arms are super long.
Gigantic arms. He's just an ape. Only she won't tell me where their base is. Man, Crimson Jack is kind of behind the curve on this one. It's like everybody else knows where the base is.
So you could then sell that information to the Empire? This cruiser will rust around your ears before I tell you anything. Like, Leia, you have got to stop getting captured.
And you've got to establish more value. Like, I know more things than that. You can't just keep capturing me to find out where my base is. Jolly, you and the lads set your blasters at slow burn. That's a setting.
Yikes.
Slow fry.
We had them specially custom designed for that.
Set for microwave torture. Gonna fry a pair of penniless Star Rovers. Like, come on, Jack. We know each other. There should be some respect.
Gonna demonstrate what's in store for Leia if she doesn't cooperate. Ho ho ho! Wait a minute, Jack.
Yeah.
Not in your life, mister, which is about to become short, hot, and very unhappy.
Yeah.
Like, you just gonna straight murder me because I don't have any money?
I know. Come on.
Make me part of your crew. I've got skills.
Get down, Chewie. He's pulling his bandolier. It's like, don't pull my stuff. Frock! Chewie's working on his V sounds now.
Yeah. I need time to talk, and you're gonna have to buy it for me by just getting shot?
With speed seemingly impossible for his great bulk, he is up again and moving into blasts meant to kill slowly. I didn't know if you set it to slow burn, it makes the blast slower.
Like, he can't get hurt by them, though?
Look at these guys. What kind of uniform is this?
This is some Shang-Chi looking stuff.
For real. Like low rent space scalawag? Is that the look you're going for?
Look at Chewbacca here.
Yeah, I like him.
His
He's a
torso
monster.
is huge.
Yeah, I love this version of Chewbacca.
It's very stylish. It's stylish.
Because he is just a giant monster. Chewbacca has no intention of standing still for that. Wung.
And Han catches looks like a pistol with a scope and a stock on it.
Yeah,
they do have that.
Looks like one of those ARs where it starts out as a quote-unquote pistol and they just keep throwing stuff on it till it's a machine gun.
Call off the hounds, Jack. You've got the men in firepower to take us out, but it'll be rough gloating without a head. And Leia's like, you are not that good of a shot, Han.
Like, God,
please.
Come on.
I've seen you in action.
Worthwhile point, Mr. Solo. No, it sounds like that kanji club. It was the Guavian Duff Gang. If my men don't pick you off first, You can probably get a few moments discussion out of it before someone tries.
Someday, Jack, we're going to talk when you don't have any men. I like in Shaft when it's like, one of these days, Shaft. And he's like, quit playing with yourself, Willie.
Yeah, you ain't.
You ain't gonna do. Beep. But if Chewie and I die now, you'll miss out on a treasure. What treasure? Oh, he's trying to trick him.
The same way he got Trist.
Yeah, plus a bloodless and easy way to get what you want from the princess.
Hello.
Yeah, how do you know what he wants from the
I
princess?
know. What treasure? We took it from you last time. Like, isn't that stupid? How many treasures do you have? In fact, now that you're going for the upper hand, why don't you try to steal your treasure back? He hasn't had time to steal it. Sitting here waiting for you.
Then I cried a lot about it, Redbeard. Then I realized there was a way to get more, but it'd take a cruiser to pull it off. Why do you think I'd let you grab the Millennium Falcon? Without even a chase. I was coming to proposition you.
I like his attitude. You think I'd be that dumb to just fly through your doors, like onto your doorstep again?
Like some kind of unstoppable moron?
You make a fair point, Solo.
He's going to give him a reprieve and a free meal. Not going to charge me for the meal?
Well, I'm a pirate, but, you know, I'm still, as space
Weird that
pirates
he has
go,
to-
a gentleman.
I think it's weird he has to say free. It's like,
Yeah, exactly. Like, they sit down across a meal and he just puts a check on the table.
yeah.
And then just, I've got to go to the bathroom now. Like, yeah, he's not coming back.
Sometime later in the Pirate Master's quarters, a feast is underway. As is a great deal of fast talking by the skipper of the Millennium Falcon. The ship looks kind of cool here.
Yeah, I like it. Look at all that flame coming out. It's like a roadster. I like how flat they are when he draws them.
I don't know what's up with the big circle. in
Like
front
when
of
they
it.
put it in a pool.
Realize I'm in a poor bargaining position, Jack, so I'm willing to settle for a 50-50 split. You provide the attack force, I provide the loot's location. Jolly, fill my cup again, will you, sweetheart?
Oh, God.
See?
I'll fill your face!
Again. Not very respectful. No wonder she wants to
Like,
slow burn him.
now we find out why Jolly's so damn mad all the time. I'll fill your face!
Yeah, I'll fill your face with the business end of my blaster.
I'll fill your ass with my boot.
Captain, how much longer are we going to put up with his space gas?
Space gas.
I like how he's lounging in this during the feast.
Oh, Jolly, when will you learn that a man can always be killed later? Like, he's so lazy. Put pants on. Now he's just sleeping on a couch during dinner.
Burf. Excuse you, Chewie.
Yeah, for real.
We are at dinner.
I like that receding hairline that he's got going on now.
He
The colorist
looks like-
is out of control. Why are you doing
Looks
this?
like the Harry and the Hendersons or something. It's weird looking.
But
now.
they didn't even bother to make his hands a different color, but they love that one patch of face. And indiscriminate about it. It's like the colorist thought that those brows up there were his eyes. It really looks like they thought that that was his mouth up there, and he had two weird eyes. Just
Our new partner is something. He thinks, he drinks, he philosophizes. Even if he was a little quick on the trigger back there in the hold.
could be again. He's just lying back. He's cracking me up. Sit up. It's terrible for your digestion, if nothing else.
And Leia's just chained over there in the corner.
Everyone's just lounging around being served wine.
What's her
and she's
name?
wearing handcuffs.
Jolly.
This is bad.
Jolly's just like in a French movie with her beret and her cigarette hanging out.
Yeah. Now he's gonna talk it up like me and the princess got a little something going on here, if you know what I'm saying. I'll kiss her to prove it in the most passionless way imaginable.
Put some feeling in it, your royalness. Our lives are at stake.
Gross. By feeling, you just mean tongue.
Yeah. Gross. Thanks for keeping silent up till now. I know it goes against your nature not to be screaming about what I'm doing wrong. Actually, I've been speechless. It's long enough since escaping the Death Star that I'd forgotten how muddled your rescues get. And by
been a
long
full
enough,
week.
like 3 days? Not even 3 days. Just what is this supposed to accomplish? They're just talking to each other while kissing?
Yeah, really jolly. Like, it tracks. That's how I kiss.
I'm not sure, but at least it's fun. The more friend Jack has to think about, the longer he'll keep us alive. Then allow me to make a contribution. Wham! How
Yeah.
dare you, Han Solo? How dare you betray my feelings for you?
I do like that sandwich slap. Just both sides.
He
Wrap
falls to
wood.
the floor dead.
Yeah, that'd be the best.
Oops.
Yeah.
I think I cracked his skull.
In two places.
I can't stop you from leading these vermin to our treasury in the Drexel system. You already know the approach through its defense grid. But Luke Skywalker is there too. That means some surprises in store for you. Captain, I'd like to return to my cell, and I would like very much for you to put on some pants.
Yeah, everybody here could put on some pants, and that'd be great. I mean, I know I'm wearing an evening gown, but still, there's like a middle ground between the way we're all dressing here.
Well, the guys that attacked him in the hangar had pants but no shirt. These guys have shirts but no pants. So basically, they only have half as many outfits as they need, so they're just kind of splitting it up.
They're spending all their money on these lavish weapons to make these just ridiculously tiny heists. Like, let's rob Solo again, I guess. Who is Skywalker? Well, just some old rival. Here's a guy in an eye patch because whatever.
Pirates.
Yeah, because pirates, durr.
We'd best do some getting around ourselves. Up to the bridge and start computing our course to the Drexel system. Never thought I'd be saying this to a spice smuggling Sharpie. That's kind of weird. Sharpie like you, Solo, but you actually seem to have told the truth. Why?
Yeah, nothing corroborates your story.
Now Chewie's only got miscolored eyebrows. Like his eyebrows are shaved. Suddenly, everything is going our way, so why do I feel like I'm the one who's been had?
How come they can't just call the bridge and tell them to go to the Drexel system? Are you telling me the entire bridge crew is sitting here drinking wine?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. That thing's huge. There's no way he has enough people to man that. It's that princess. We meet up, and all at once I'm getting sucked into doing something stupid, like playing hero and saving my friend.
Yeah, like a chump.
Move it, you two star hoppers, before those crafty rebels move their treasure store. Like the rebels just have a buried box full of treasure on us somewhere.
Yeah, people are assuming that they just keep a lot of treasures around. Because they already paid a treasure to Han Solo, which he lost immediately.
For a pampered noble lady, you handled that wise-mouthed Carillion pretty well, Princess. Of course, I'd put a blaster in his belly if he tried kissing me.
Nah, I hope he never tries to kiss me. That's always weird.
Yeah.
Like, underlying implication.
Is it Han Solo you don't like, Jolly, or Carillions in general? Why do you care?
Yeah, why did you have to take it there anyway? I wasn't making it racial.
Now we're just making conversation. It's men, lady. The whole blasted breed. A smooth-talking, handsome one, see? Is no better than any other, and maybe worse. There are good men, Jolly. A pirate vessel might not be the best place to find them. Leia looks weird here.
That's because she has that high collar, but the colorist decided that should be her bare neck, so she has a big, weird, black, like, bulky neck. Because that's
no,
not
it's
her
her
neck.
face. It's her eyes.
Oh.
Look how stretched apart they are.
Yeah, well, that's just...
Well, yeah, there's that. The neck is not the problem. Certainly. But I've had my problems with Mr. Solo, but still, he does kiss well.
And she just touches her mouth. I'd like.
Why
to be
are all these
kissed
girls
well.
like? I guess Harrison Ford's he's a good-looking guy. I guess it seems a little weird that, given his circumstances of basically being captured and robbed over and over again.
No, this is male fantasy being packaged up for little boys. It's like, oh, all you have to do is kiss me, and I'll love you.
Yeah, look at the proportions on Jolly here. She
looks like Eon Flux.
That's what I was gonna say. Her arms are all disjointed and skinny and weird.
Love it.
Well, what does a muckety-muck rebel princess know about anything anyway? Keep your thoughts on men and kissing to yourself.
So
then she runs
weird.
off crying.
Yeah. Take that, Bechtel test.
Okay. Here we go. Now she's thinking about Luke.
Mm-hmm. Everybody just thinks about Luke. I love this, like those splash panels that they come up with when they're just musing about each other. That's the most exciting stuff. Like, I want to draw Darth Vader. Go for it. Who's stopping you? I don't know what that X-Wing is all about, but hey, do it.
Vader looks like he's wearing sunglasses or something. His little square.
Yeah. Well, that is funny. One of the big villains, like one of the big side villains that they come up with is just a guy in crazy space sunglasses. And he becomes the sort of Vader stand-in.
He's a farm boy turned star warrior.
Nice.
Luke Skywalker.
Doon, doon, doon. It had like a big
Luke.
exploding hand.
Luke.
I know. We're all pining for somebody. I mean, Han
If
Solo's
only-
such a good kisser, but he's no Luke Skywalker.
If only you hadn't volunteered for that scouting mission. We'd both be safe at our main base on the fourth moon of Yavin. How about if only you
not
hadn't
safe.
gotten captured by pirates?
Yeah, I was out doing my job before I got waylaid by space snakes, ostensibly.
But after the Battle of the Death Star, there was no way to be certain whether or not Darth Vader had succeeded in reporting our position to the Empire forces.
It's a foregone conclusion that he did.
We have to seek a new hiding place, Your Majesty, and young Skywalker has proven himself one of our best star pilots.
Now I'm needed
And
here as both symbol and leader of the Rebel Alliance. I should stay in the one place they absolutely know we are.
We should all evacuate, but
Yeah, no one should stay.
so,
Like
well, we
Dodonna's
gotta
like,
find a.
I know no one's listening to me, but no one should stay. We all have ships.
They spend a lot of page space rehashing what happened.
Yeah, well, that's how they stretch the story out.
They should do a little crawl like the actual Star Wars movies do at the beginning of each issue.
That's what the new comics do. That's how they recap the storyline, and that is
Oh,
a clever
well,
device.
There you go. It's a planet in the Drexel system that... No! It isn't possible! Ah! He's dead, Your Highness.
That's like the Dave Chappelle had that where the chauffeur is just talking to somebody. What? No! No! And just starts driving off.
I'm on my way!
Like, we gotta make a detour. Like, wait, what? That's what I always imagine when Luke is just like, everything's fine. No! And then just cuts off.
Something happened to you in your ship. Yes, look, we get it. They're really hammering this home.
You're really building the tension, too, because I'm like a kid, and it's been 5 months, and you keep telling me something amazing is going down with Luke Skywalker, and I still haven't seen him yet, except in
So
flashback.
I set off in search for you. I got captured by Crimson Jack instead. But if Han Solo just picks up on the hints I gave...
Now you're just recapping things that happen in this comic. This guy in the elf hat is hilarious to me.
Oh my gosh.
Is this just Santa's workshop now?
What on earth? And I
Get
like these
to
other dudes.
work.
They look like...
It's,
These guys look like straight up cyborg monsters.
yeah,
These other
this
guys.
is the best ever.
I like even on his even on the bridge,
He's
he's got a big lounge chair.
lounge to lie on. I'm doing it in style.
This Drexel system is little more than a name to me, Solo. And our chart printouts don't have much data either. You printed out a chart?
Yeah, what are you doing? I've never seen anybody use paper on Star Wars.
You've been working the same sectors too long, Jack. This one sector makes for comfortable pirating, but narrows your view of the universe. Star hopping forces us to keep a much more detailed set of charts aboard the Falcon. Okay to have Chewie tap into your computer system so we can draw on them?
Crimson Jack's beard is growing out of his eye right now. That's pretty
And
serious.
Chewie looks weird.
Or is that the curl of his mustache? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, Chewie just looks like a weird old man the way they color him. It's not the weird proportions are fun, like he's the Hulk. But you just keep giving him this weird flesh-colored domino mask. Like he's in disguise.
So long as your first mate doesn't mind an escort, or the possibility of being slain by them if he tries anything suspicious. Oh, like you guys shot him earlier with all the blasters, which did nothing?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we won't set it to slow burn this time. That was
We'll
a
set it to
mistake that I
fast
made.
burn.
Yeah, fast burn. I don't know why we even use the other setting because they all burn.
Look at the Han's expression. That's
Yeah.
weird looking. As Chewie says, what's the fun in being partners if you can't trust one another? That's something Chewie says all the time.
I don't think Han speaks Wookiee. We're learning.
Don't worry about the
He's been
Wookiee.
making
He'll
this
only
up.
do what he's supposed to do. Meantime, let me get started on the preliminary computations. It's a long hop to the Drexel system.
It's gonna take a whole issue to get there. Oh wait, we're
It's
actually
one of
gonna
the
get to see?
It's one of the few places in this galaxy I've never been before. But why upset my red-bearded buddy with that tidbit of information? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what Luke is doing there. The princess certainly set things up, so we're all about to find out. Yeah, kid, wherever you are and whatever mess you're in, you're about to have lots of company. Bum, bum, bum. Back to the cover. I like how they just jump right in. Don't tell us why he crashed.
I'm sure they recap everything, so I'm sure we'll get a flashback.
Back into the ship. The charge in my blaster has gotten too weak. These shots won't stop it.
And I'm shooting it right in the mouth. So, what else can I do? Look at C-3PO. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at R2. He's got too many legs, and he's just got a goose stepping. That's hilarious. Does he have treads?
I don't know what's going on his... Yeah, I mean, what are those things at the bottom? I don't know. This is weird. I'll give it that it's stylish and it's well drawn, but it's also...
I love it.
It's almost like
Very
the
abstract.
monsters and the ships and stuff look really cool, but the people look weird. It'll be afloat longer than we will if that monster strikes. Move, you two. That thing's getting less shy with every blast, and... That's it! The charge has run out! Quickly, Master Luke, the ugly creature is making its... The ugly creature.
Yeah. Yeah, why you gotta go there? Yeah, all creatures are beautiful, C-3PO.
Got that emergency hatch fastened just in time. Why did you ever get out of it in the first place?
Yeah,
But
we didn't explain why we just popped the hatch open and all three got out, which would have taken forever.
If that
'Cause there's
blow
only a
didn't crack
ladder.
the ship in two, the next one will. What do you mean this way, R2? Is your integrated logic terminal screwed on backwards? Now here we get some good 3PO banter.
Yeah.
Obviously the water is deeper in that direction. If there's one thing I hate more than space travel, it's swimming.
I would like to see C-3PO swim.
I'm pretty sure that's not possible.
Well, I think he'd sink. I'd just like to see him in water.
I think I know what he's up to. 3PO, follow him. See, R2 looks weird here.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure he's actually seen pictures of these guys.
Or just rough pictures. I love it, though. But he commits to it. It's like there's no lack of detail. It's not like where they don't know what it looks like, so they're kind of rough looking. Like he commits, like the full line definition and everything, and then just makes up circuitry panels where he doesn't know. I can fully appreciate that.
He's opening the life pod?
I thought we were in a life pod.
Yeah, I thought this was the life pod.
Good lord. Why did our ship get so small?
Why didn't you get in the life pod immediately when the ship started sinking?
Like, why is he the only one who knows there's a life pod?
Oh, here we go. One moment they were safely orbiting the planet, the next all systems were dead, and we crash glide into the seemingly endless ocean. Then that creature, seal the safety door, R2, and pray this pod can still eject!
Chong! Long moments later, when the pod has bobbed to the surface.
It's a good thing it floats. Can you see anything, Master Luke? The end of our spacecraft, 3PO. That king-sized water worm is about to apply the finishing touches. At least we put some distance between us and that... Wait a minute!
What?
Now what?
Come
Every
on,
time he
Luke.
looks at something, things go disaster.
Well, you have to understand, Luke is a hayseed. Everything's exciting to him. He's never been anywhere.
Yeah, we're still dealing with like 17-year-old Luke, we gotta remember.
We've got to gauge his reactions appropriately. And then immediately,
Oh,
what
dear.
is it? It's like, oh, no, I don't know. Like, immediately he was like, what? Like, what is it?
Don't
No,
tell
never
me
mind.
there's new danger. I don't know what to think. The thing stopped, looked around as though it had heard some sound or signal. Those great slimy brutes are under someone's control? Oh, that guy looks interesting.
Yeah,
He's got
this reminds-
Frogman suit on.
This is like that Boba Fett cartoon in the holiday special.
Kind
They
of,
just
yeah.
have
He's got this
dragons
little
and they're
stick
riding
that looks
things.
like he prods people with or something.
Yeah, he's wearing a weird helmet, which is, I'm sure, it's a scuba helmet, but still.
What manner of world are we stranded upon?
What?
That's the end?
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, that's...
Weak.
I feel cheated.
I don't feel like I learned the fate of Luke Skywalker yet.
I feel like we had an entire issue. The cover is like, finally, find out what happens to Luke Skywalker, and it shows him getting attacked. Then we get one panel of him getting attacked,
Mhm.
2 or 3 of them getting in a lifeboat, and then one panel of him seeing this. That is it.
You got to appreciate their style. They really knew how to string you along back then.
Get their 35 cents worth.
Like, ah! Yeah, well, this is fun because it's like, imagine you're like a little kid and you're following the story of Star Wars through these little installments. And it's perfect because you have a short attention span anyway. But every time it reaches the end of the issue, you're like, oh, what now? I can't wait. I gotta know.
A month is a long time for a kid.
To get like 24 pages.
Well, at least we got to see Crimson Jack again. I was wondering if we ever see him again, but I really had no idea it would happen that quickly.
Yeah,
It's like-
they would run out of gas almost immediately on creating new characters.
Like, come on, guys.
I do like that they come up with their own supporting cast of characters that they keep trying to throw back to, because that's so important. Like, you can't do anything with the movie characters, so there's no point in trying to explore them too much. Like, Darth Vader comes around every now and then, but they can't do a lot with him because they can't really get into his conflict with the rest of them. They don't even know how important it'll be in the next movie, so they can't even build on something that's sort of ambiguous about it.
I'm all for bringing Crimson Jack back. I just think it's a little soon. It'd been cool if like 10 issues had gone by or something, a year had gone by and we'd forgotten about him, and then you see him like, oh yeah, he was in that one with Han. I forgot about him.
Or again, if you wanted to bring him back right now, just reintroduce him in a way that isn't identical to the last time. Like, I'm getting sick of being kidnapped by Crimson Jack every time I pull out of the driveway.
Yeah, have him
ridiculous.
Have Han get captured and thrown into a jail, and Crimson Jack's in there too, or something like that.
Or how about they're in a jam?
They have to work together to break out.
And Han has the ideas like, it's crazy, but I know somebody, and he's close. Like Han was pretending to get captured on purpose, but just contrive a reason that Han really does get captured on purpose as part of a plan. Then Crimson Jack being there is a payoff, because it's a resource that Han is aware of in that area. But instead, it's like, knowing full well that Crimson Jack is there, he just flies by him again. Like,
did you really think I was stupid enough to do that? And then he's like, or did I really think you were lazy enough not to have moved on?
Yeah.
You're really just like a cop parked behind a billboard. You're just sitting there waiting, waiting for people to drive by.
And how many? You're on the galactic rim. He's like, I've robbed Jackson 3 times. Seems like the last 3 people I robbed just had a meager bag of coins.
It's a promising beginning, though.
I like seeing Archie Goodwin. I like seeing Carmine Infantino. I like that this is kicking off a storyline that involves sea serpents.
Yeah, that to me that's very encouraging, because that's a complete, divorce from what we've seen before.
And it's something you don't get in the movies very much. They only had one movie where they went to a water world. I mean, I guess in Rise of Skywalker they had like a big cool looking ocean, but only in the Attack of the Clones does he go to like a planet that's all water.
Okie dokie. Well, everyone, there you have it.
Hope you enjoyed
Another
that.
issue down.
Yeah, we're getting into a second storyline, so this
Doom World
somehow
that
continuing.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, and at least we get the promise that we'll see some of the main characters actually reunited as part of the storyline. So that should be fun.
Oh yeah, we got Luke and Leia and Han all together. Can't ask for more than that. And of course R2 and 3PO.
Yeah, and Chewbacca.
And Chewbacca. If you want to call that Harry and the Henderson dude Chewbacca.
Call that weird ape with Han Chewbacca.
The skunk ape.
So there you go. So if you are watching this on our YouTube channel, then you can listen to an extended version of the audio on tv8mydinner.com. Conversely, if you're on tv8mydinner.com, you can go to the Marvel Age Star Wars channel on YouTube and watch the video version of it. So we'll have all that out there for you. You can find us on Facebook, at least through the Expanding Universe, or through the TV8 My Dinner Facebook. So we got that going for us too. I'm TV8 My Dinner on Twitter. If Twitter is your thing, I don't know if anybody's on Twitter anymore, but there it is.
We can put links to all that. All those things
we will
down
have
beneath.
to.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Do not go looking for any of that stuff. Although tv8mydinner.com is at least easier to find. We should redirect one of our existing domains to just go to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, please feel free to subscribe and smash that like button, as all the other YouTubers.
Yeah, like the channel, like the videos, leave comments on the channel and the videos. There's like 1 million points of engagement on YouTube. Like, why would you comment on just the channel? That seems weird.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that.
Nobody does that.
Check out Sean's book on Amazon.
Yeah, The Cosmic Unconscious is on Amazon, so you can check that out.
Have your sales skyrocketed?
I sold one.
Oh,
last
all right.
So
maybe it's working.
Yeah, maybe somebody actually bought one, but it's out there. Yeah, if you're on Kindle Select, you can read it for free through the Kindle Select. But I don't believe that model leads to me getting paid in any scenario. So if you'd rather buy the Kindle or print versions, that'd be better for me. But if you just want to read it, it's up there.
Well, that's cool. It's nice to have options.
We try to accommodate.
We'll see you guys next issue. Next episode, issue number 12.
Doom World.
Well, we will chat with you guys soon. Until then, my name's Brooks.
I'm Sean.
And we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Snoop.